of the things that we implemented 6 months ago in our firm was how do we add value to our customers if we've got this problem in the legal profession. Well, I'm a small law firm. Anxiety and depression in law is rife. There was a 2015 study by the Safe company that held that lawyers have the lowest health and well-being of all professionals. Law is literally making lawyers sick. It is. We work 100-hour weeks. We have for a very long time. We've been traditionally using time-based billing in 6-minute increments, which creates high anxiety amongst our staff. It adds to a lot of interruptions. Self-care is really important. It is important to help yourself individually and help the others around you, because the healthier you are yourself, the better you're able to help other people. I read a few articles. Perpetual Guardian in New Zealand a few years ago introduced a 4-day work week. They did some research. They found out that having your staff work 4 days instead of 5 days gives them that sense of self-care, enables them to increase their profitability, their productivity. It empowers your teams. It results in less sick days. A company called Versa, which is a digital marketing company in Australia, 18 months ago implemented the same thing. They did a bit more research and they found that the better day to have it was not on a Monday or a Friday, giving your staff a 3-day weekend, because a 3-day weekend can lead to all sorts of difficulties. What they found was having a Wednesday off was a fantastic idea, because it really got the staff to focus on pushing out that work that was essential. And so you would be much more productive and efficient in getting things done, have a break in the middle of the week, and then come back at the end of the week on a Thursday morning hitting the ground running to get everything you need to get done. If you've got children, you've got medical appointments, you use your Wednesday as your self-care day to get those things done. There's been debate, is it a 32-hour week? Is it working longer hours over that time to fit in everything? Do you pay your staff for full-time rates? The answer is yes. I pay my staff for 5 days. I pay them for full-time rates, and they only work 32 hours. They're not working more hours over that time. We have found, we've been doing this for 6 months, our productivity has increased, our efficiency has increased, because we are in there to get the work done, and we get the work done. My staff sick days have decreased. Team morale, empowerment. Every one of my staff members, we had a conversation with this before we implemented it. It has created a better culture for our firm. And there's not a lot of people doing it, and I don't know why. It was an idea that one of my staff members who used to work in Canada just said, "Oh, I just read this article about someone doing a 4-day week." I was like, "Oh, that's really interesting." And then we had a discussion about it, and then the next day I said, "Right, we're doing a 4-day week." And it's been absolutely amazing. Thank you. And we've really enjoyed the journey. And look, there's a lot of questions. How are your customers going to view this when you close the whole firm down for 1 day? Do you do a rotation basis? Well, no, we don't. We decided that what we're going to do is close the whole firm down for a Wednesday. And that's what we've been doing. And it's been working fabulous. Takes a bit of education for your clients. But we've got there. We've got a little blurb on the end of our email signature saying we are closed Wednesdays. We work a 4-day week for self-care. Want to find out why? Here's a link to our website with an article. So I really think that looking after your staff and their well-being is really what helps you to provide better value to your customers. And so at the end of the day, you can have flexible working arrangements, you can have different things in order to help those staff members. You can have yoga days, you can have retreats, whatever. But I've actually found that giving them a day off and paying them for it every week actually makes a bigger difference, a better impact for your customers, your firm, for everybody.
And one of the things that happened at our table, I think is we all wanted to work for you.
Yeah.
And I think that's pretty clear. And there's a couple of things, if I could just add to what you said. There's a lady, and it's been several years since I lived in Australia. I now live in Singapore. But there was a lady whose name is Kate Carnell. I think she's now... Yeah, she used to be, what's the mental health thing?
Beyond Blue?
When you go into airlines or Beyond Blue, yes. And she was the chief executive about 6 years ago for Beyond Blue. And she did a study because Beyond Blue was getting more and more people coming and saying, hey, listen, I've got a problem. And she researched that and she put it down. It's there, you can go search for it. She put it down that the big increase was from professional service firms. And she said, our tracking suggests it's because of the 6-minute time units. And she went so far as to say in that report, so when you do it, you're actually killing people. That's what she actually said. Now, which is kind of the reverse of what you're doing, which is the whole well-being thing. The interesting thing is, we in this room are no different than any client. And so if in this room, we all said, you know what, I'd love to work here. Guess what, if I was a client and you started to express that that's the way you do things, and the reason that we do that is because we want to encourage you to do it as well as a client. The reality is that's a huge differentiator, and you're going to get more clients and they're going to be exactly the kind of clients that you want. So I just want to say thank you for that. I thought it was astonishing. It was just great.
Look, we really love the idea, but there was some misgiving expressed in terms of if you've got the Wednesday off and everything comes in on a Wednesday, do your staff start to feel completely overwhelmed on Thursday and Friday? So are we just shifting the stress from a 5-day week and compacting it? That was one thing. The second thing is, it's interesting, this is not just happening in law firms, happening in accounting firms as well. There's a firm in Tasmania that shifted to a 20-hour work week for accountants, and their performance on every measure that they use has been outstanding. So, and their firm is quite happy to share their information and their experience with the people, so worth looking at. The other thing is Jeffrey Pfeffer, an American academic, recently put out a book called Dying for a Paycheck. And he produces all the data about what is happening as a result of the work practices that we've got in most of our organisations. And the other interesting perspective that he puts is that organisations, by working people the way they do and causing the kind of mental and physical illnesses, are shifting the responsibility for looking after people onto the public health system rather than firms taking responsibility themselves for what's going on. So I think it's a really fantastic initiative, but some misgivings were also expressed there.
All right, I'm gonna take Proctor's privilege, and I think this is a conversation that's going to continue. I believe there's some people who run a radio show around here that might be an interesting topic someday. All right, so wow.